Okay, today I'm going to be attempting to insert an external processor into one of the channels on the Midas M32, works with the Behringer X32 as well, obviously. Now, some of you are going to turn around and say to me, well, why, when you've got so many optional effects built into the desk, why do you want to put an external unit into a channel or into a bus, or there's plenty of reasons for doing this. I mean, the obvious one is that for as many effects there are with this Midas unit, they don't cover all the bases. They only cover they give you some compressors and they give you some effect, delays, reverbs, which are all very good. But there's probably quite a few engineers out there that would probably like to use an outboard unit that they used to use with their old analog desks, like valve compressors and things like that. Everyone's got favourite external units that they probably wish they could insert into their desk and probably don't think they can anymore because it's all digital. You can do it with these desks, so this is what we're going to do today. So, first thing we want to do is we need to turn our AUX ins and outs on the back of the desk into inserts. I think when the desk gets shipped out, I think the first 4 channels are actually set up as inserts, but obviously first thing you do when you get these desks is you plough in and sort of change everything and then forget how it's all been, how it was factory sent out, and you don't really want to reset your factory's presets because sometimes that'll destroy some of the hard work that you've done over the last few days. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert, for argument's sake, we're going to insert a Behringer feedback destroyer, which is the only unit I've got at the moment that's floating around that's not plugged into anything. We're going to insert that into a channel on the desk as an insert. So the first thing you need to do is connect your AUX out of your say channel 1 AUX out into your unit, and then out of your unit back into channel AUX in, same channel 1, so that will kind of give you the insert. The next thing you need to do, now this is the bit I'm not so sure about because I was told to do this quite a while back by somebody, and I have been doing it and it does work, but I sort of found out today that if I don't do this part of it, it still works. So hopefully somebody's going to see this and jump in and say, yeah, you don't need to do this, or you do need to do this because, but it just seems to work either way, to be honest. But we're going to do it anyway. We're going to do what I kind of learnt at the start. So the first thing you do, you've got your unit inserted into channel 1, insert in and out, AUX in and out. The next thing you do is on the desk, you go to AUX in USB, and you select. We're just going to be using one channel today, so you're going to select channel 1. The next thing you do on your routing, select routing, and then select across to AUX out. Now on AUX out, we've got it on channel 1 at the moment, and it's on channel 1 there as well. So what you next need to do is you need to select insert. That's really all you need to do. You don't need to unmute the channel, or the fader can be up or down. It doesn't seem to make any difference. I think it's just a way of inputting a signal. I don't think the fader side of it physically gets involved. So that's the first stage. The next stage is that you go to the channel that you want to insert the effects into. If you look at the moment, we've got no signal going into the Behringer unit. So we're going to select channel 28 because that's got a signal going in at the moment, and we'll just push the phone up a little bit. So we've got, you can hear a voice there a little bit. It comes through headphones. The next thing you need to do is you go to the channel and you go again to home, and you go across to configure or config. You go to the 6th encoder and you scroll down to AUX 1, and you also make sure obviously that's on channel 28 as well, because you can change the way your channels work that way. So we've now got a signal going into the Behringer, I think, have we? No, we haven't. Right, cool. Hang on, yes we have. We have now got a signal going into the Behringer because we've clicked insert AUX 1, so that's working. If I mute that, the signal's still going in. Now to see whether that's actually working as an insert, which I can guarantee it isn't at the moment, I'm going to turn this unit off. As you can hear, there's still a signal going in. Oh, by the way, thank you to Clive Nolan and the Carmel Company for allowing me to use their backing tracks. Okay, so unit back on. It's got a signal, but it's not inserted, and that's the thing we need to do. So next thing to do is, again, you're on channel 28. Go back to home, click the insert button on the channel. Also, I've realised that you need to make sure that's set to pre. If it's set to post, it doesn't seem to make any difference, so you need that to be set to pre. So now we've got pre-selected channel 28. Channel 28 itself is physically working still. We also have a signal going into Behringer unit. I'll just start that track again so we get it going from the start. So we know we've got a signal going into the Behringer unit. We know we've got a signal going into channel 28. Hopefully it's inserted. Now the way to find out, best way to find out whether it's inserted is to disconnect the unit. Now this isn't a true bypass unit, so you can just physically turn it off. So hopefully if I turn this off, you should see the master faders on the desk stop working. Or rather, actually you won't see the master faders on the desk stop working because we're not soloing the channel. If I solo the channel and turn it on and off, there you go. So we now know that that unit is inserted into the desk. The channel itself works as normal. You've still got your mute, and you've still got your fader usage. What you've also got is a valve compressor, an exciter, numerous effects units. If you want to, insert some specialised units into that channel, you can do that now. And that's it really. It's really pretty basic. The principle for doing a reverb is pretty much the same, except you'd do it onto a bus, and then you'd send the signal like as if you was using a unit inside the desk. You'd select a bus for your return, for your effects returns. You'd then, as we did with channel 28, you would then select the bus itself. You would click insert. You would select AUX 1 and 2. If that's a stereo unit, and then you would then fader flip and send the signals into your effects unit, and you'd run them like a Y signal then rather than an insert. So it kind of pretty much the same process. So there it is. So that's pretty much how you insert into a channel. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.